I'm Debbie, and people have been asking on my YouTube channel about, what my story is and what started the whole garbage can wars. So I'm going to explain it. In February, I started getting sick, and I had an infection that wouldn't resolve, and which set off peripheral neuropathy. I have a brain injury from falling on the ice, and it set off peripheral neuropathy to the point where I was losing my balance. I was having issues with, I have a knee replacement, and yeah, I started falling on a regular basis. I'm klutzy as it is, but I was more so. In 2003, I fell on the job and broke my back, my hip, and my shoulder. I've had spinal fusion surgery. I've had 2 hip arthroscopic surgeries, which ultimately turned into a pin being put into my hip because they couldn't get my hip right. In 2008, I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis and a severe case of, and they said that it was because of my body's reaction to all the surgery that I've had. To 2020, I had my first knee arthroscopic surgery, which was unsuccessful, which led to total knee replacement. My knee, the kneecap is actually right here. It's a plastic piece, but because I fell in March I did it, it shifted. My other knee, obviously they said when one knee goes the other one does, and I'm nursing this one not to. All I asked for was reasonable accommodation, and under New York state law, under federal laws, under the Americans with Disabilities Act, I have that legal right to ask for a reasonable accommodation. I sent a text message to the landlady. It started out, I moved the garbage cans, and they moved them back. That went on for a good 4 weeks. And then my landlady sent me, nope, that was after. I sent her a text briefly just saying I need a reasonable accommodation and putting the garbage cans out along the side of the house. For some unknown reason, the drunks basically believe that I'm not disabled. My landlady has taken that avenue. I smell weed. They've taken the side of the tenants that live in that apartment there. Since I asked for the reasonable accommodation, the amount of retaliation against me has just been plain awful. They play their music to the point where the walls shake. I've sent 4 different times I've complained in text messages to the landladies. The more I've complained, the worse it has gotten for me, to the point where I live in my apartment. I don't ever leave my apartment because of the amount of verbal abuse I get from them and just the outright harassment that I have gotten all along. Even from the landlady, she made fun of my special needs shortly after I asked for the reasonable accommodation. In turn, obviously I am looking for another apartment. The cost of moving is going to be about $6,000 or $7,000. Rents are very high right now. Cheapest apartment I can find is like $1,300, which is obviously an added cost because I'm paying, not as much, just under $1,000 to live here. When I moved here, I was told about the garage. I wasn't told the extent of the garage. They have an illegal bar there. At any point on the weekend, there could be 50, 60 people in and out of the garage. But the way that it was presented to me was that they had a lot of stuff, and they took over the other half of the garage, which was a lie. When I first moved here, I was told I wasn't allowed to use the front door because they didn't have keys. Again, that was a lie, because shortly, about maybe in June, at some point in June, I was out in that hall. I never go out there because I was told I wasn't allowed to use the front door. Come to find out, no, it's not because they don't have keys. It's because the tenants on this side have decorations in the door and they want the door locked at all times. So the landlords, again, decided that let's side with them, even though they're blatantly harassing me. And instead of I tried to take myself out of that harassment. I tried to say, you know what, just so that I don't have to walk past their apartment or walk past the garage, I basically, can I use the front door? Obviously, I was told no. They went through this whole song and dance how, according to the lease, I'm not allowed to change the locks. That was her excuse. No, I just wanted somebody to come and make me a key. Come to find out, there's a brand new lock on the front door. It's all been about them. The landlords just blatantly do not care that their music is blasting till 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. The landlords don't care about the blatant disregard they have for me. They don't care that they think I'm full of it. They think I'm lying about my disability. But the crazy thing is that when I came to live here, part of my income is my Social Security Disability Award letter. So how is that I'm not disabled and you don't believe me, but yet I get Social Security Disability? Doesn't work like that. The landlords have done everything in their power to make this a miserable existence for me. And it really is. I can't stand living here. I may need to start a GoFundMe to help me pay for moving out, because I've had it. My niece, who is filming, the garbage cans I had at one point where they were locked up to the fence. I put them out, they came up missing. And my niece is gonna go walk and show everybody where my garbage cans are. And then I'll take the phone back.
They are behind the garage where she cannot get to them. I'm going to move them so she can get them.
I know she's moving them, but the landlords wanted to put the pavers out, and so that I could put the cans there. Obviously, it's full of their crap. I'll just I'm gonna chain them back up, lock and chain them. See, at one point, the only thing I have asked is if I could put the cans right there. At one point, they were there. They never moved them, and then all of a sudden, they started moving them. So, there's my lock, there's my chain, and now I am going to chain them up. The landlords wanted to put pavers. They wanted to extend this, but as you can see, it's a very, very uneven. And somebody who was diagnosed with a gait disorder, this isn't an option because it's still a safety hazard. The landlady wrote me a letter and basically said, she wrote me a letter and basically said that for the 25 years that they have owned this house, they've never moved the cans and they aren't going to start now. That's all I asked. That's all I asked, so that I could have a straight, safe path to the street to put out my garbage. As you can see, I have garbage sitting up on the porch, and the birds got into it. I don't understand. My cans have been missing, and the drunks claim they had no idea where my cans were. That is an outright lie, because they have to put their garbage out. So they purposely move the cans back. Obviously I'm gonna have to leave. There's no other alternative, because from Palm Sunday, the fight was about the cans. Till now, what is today, the 3rd of October, obviously the cans, this is still going on. And
Get that. Could you try?
Shut up, Siri. You get to that point where it's gotta stop, and they gotta grow up. So thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and as the story continues with the garbage cans, I'm hoping to be out of here shortly. I did file a lawsuit against the landlords for a violation of my civil rights, and New York State has what we call warranty of habitability, and because of the loud music and the constant complaining and the fact that I'm trapped in my own apartment, I filed against that, because obviously I have that right to a peaceful enjoyment of the apartment, and I can't stand living here. It's never quiet here. The only time it's quiet here is you see the babies are gone and they're out drinking at their hidey-ho somewhere. So to be continued. Thanks.